Hello everyone, in this video we are going to build a Tekla Open API application that can export a class of model part into an Excel file based on their position. After exporting, you can modify the class values directly in the Excel. And when you're done, the application allows you to import those updated values back into the Tekla. So let's get started. I'm using Visual Studio 2022, and in here I create a new project and search for Windows form. This one, make sure you choose the .framework one and double click export import tools maybe and create. Okay, project created. The first thing we want to do is designing the UI. So let's adding the group box here. Go to the toolbox, group box, drag here, put into here, make it bigger, change the text into export, and then adding the text box here, put in here, and drag it. I think too long. This one is enough. And then add the button, drag here, and then put like this, make it smaller, and then add another button for export. Okay, let's name it. This one is button for browse, and then this one is button for export. To make it easier for us to develop it, let's change the name also. I click the browse. In here, design name I change into button export browse, and for export button export like this, and then the export text box we put the txt export location, and let's make it smaller a bit like this. And we need to make another one for the import. So I just drag and copy. After that I paste here. So we have duplicate this. I put below like this, and then change the export text into import. And also you change for other button browse. We need to set the design name into button import browse. For export button, no, this one also export but import. Also change the text here to import. And last we need to change the txt or text box txt import. What we put before? Import. Okay, import location. Make it standard like this. And also you want to give your application title in here. Click on the form and change it. The text here, Excel export import tool. Alright, the UI design is complete. Let's make this button and text box function. And for the text box, I don't want this to be able to input. So let's set this into read only. Okay, good. Because later the value will be automatically filled when we try to browse the location. Example in here, when we click browse button, we will select the folder where we want to put the Excel file, and then the location will automatically filled into here. So we don't want to change anything in here. And also same for import. Okay, now let's make this UI have functionality. Let's start by adding the Tekla DLL reference. I go to the Solution Explorer, Reference, right click, Add Reference, I add the DLL. Make sure you already know about this. If no, then I have a tutorial for this to connecting to Tekla. And I choose Tekla Structures model, and I'm using a Tekla 2023. Okay. Now for manipulating Excel file, we want to install another package. Go to right click and then manage Nugget package. In here you browse for close XML. Okay, just install the latest version. I'm using this one as latest version. Apply, accept. And make sure you see the finish like this, and there is a green checkbox on the close XML. It indicates that we successfully installed the close XML. I can close it. Now right click and view code. I zoom a bit, maybe 120. First thing I want to do is I want to checking the connection with our Tekla. By doing that, we need to have a model equals to new model like this. And then I right click, quick action in refactoring, generate field model. It will automatically create a private variable of model in here, so we can use this later for exporting and importing data. And back to design, let's double click on the browse button. We are going to have this code for browsing. I paste it here. This component will help prompt a user to select a folder. And we set the description in here to select a folder. And when showing the prompt, we also configure the user able to create a new folder. And then we will detect, are user pressing OK or cancel? If user pressing OK, we'll get the selected path where the user put. And then we put the value of selected path into the txt we set in here, which is the txt export location. Same like this. And now let's having a logic when the user click the export button. First, we will have this method. Okay, what we do in here, so we getting the all objects in our Tekla model with the specific type that we put in here. Because in here we have an array of type containing type of part. Actually, this array only contain one value, which is a type of part. But if you want to, you can also add another type, because this is an array. But for this tutorial, I just put a part. So we will getting a beam, polybeam, and contour plate. Because in here, as you can see, a part can be either beam, polybeam, or a contour plate. And this one is enough for this tutorial. So after we get all object with the specific type in here, we put into variable all objects. In here, I create a new class, which is a part detail containing two property, part position and class. Because later we are going to store the part position for each object and also a class. And next, we are going to have this code. First, we initialize the list of part detail, the class we create before in here, because we're going to have a multiple part detail. And then we looping through all of objects we get when the get all object with type having a value. And in here, we getting the report property of a part position, and we put the value into this variable. And after that, we check in here. There's a two conditional, this one and this one. First, we checking if the part position is not null. So if the value is null or empty, we just ignore it. And the second conditional in here, we detect if in our part list in here already have part position same. So if already, we don't need to insert it anymore, because there is possibility multiple beam have same part position. And if the part position is not empty and then the part position is unique, so we insert the value of class and the part position into this list. And after we collect all the value into the list here, we are going to put this list into the Excel file. So we are going to have this code. In here, we are using Excel workbook, and make sure you already have the using close.xml.excel namespace in here, because if don't, then you will get an error. And also this one, we need to have a right click, quick action refactoring. We need to add the using system.io namespace. Okay, let's see in here. First, we initialize a new Excel workbook. We do like this in close.xml when we want to create a new Excel workbook. And then in here, we add the new worksheet to the workbook. So here the example, I believe you already know, but let's make it clear. So in here, we add the sheet 1. Okay, this is a new worksheet, sheet 1. And then in here, okay, insert data table is a list of parts we get before, into the worksheet starting at cell A1 and row 1, like this. So we start position from here and continue to the bottom. Okay, we don't need Excel anymore. And next, we setting the location where we want to save. You know, we already stored the export location in txt in here. And also we will set the file name of our Excel file. In here, I set the file name is exported data and strip with the datetime now.txt. The text in here is represent our date and time, but looks like a random number. The result is when we try to generate more than one exported data, we will get a new file name every time. And after we get the location, we call this function workbook save as and put the location as parameter. And if no issue, then we will showing the message box in here that's showing fail save, and the location is we set before in here. And basically done. We should able to do exporting. Maybe we test, yeah. So I start here. I open my Tekla and then browse here. I select the desktop and OK. And I click export. As you can see, we can see the message box and where we store the location. And also this is our Excel file name. This is the datetime text I mentioned before. This looks like a random number, but actually this is a value containing a date and time when you do export. And this is the desktop. As you can see, we generate the file, double click. And yeah, as you can see, we exporting the part position and part class in here. I stop the application. The exporting part is complete. Now our turn to do import part. Let's double click on the browse button for import. And we are going to use this code. In here, we are using an open file dialog because we want to open the previous modified Excel file that we have export. We've configured the dialog title to select a file, and then we filter only opening the file with format Excel. Let's see here for easier example. So the title is this one. We put the select a file, and then the filter here is in here. So Excel file, we showing the Excel file. And then we only opening file with having extension Excel, which is if I try to see on desktop, where is it, my desktop? And we're able to see the file only with the format Excel. And the initial directory here means the default path opened when we press the browse button. And by default, it will go to the my document. And in here, if we pressing the OK button, there is no OK button actually, but this is the open button. Then we will going to proceed this function. We're getting the file name for the selected dialog, and then we put the value into our txt import location. Actually, there is something we can improve in here. We can just directly put like this. It's simpler. And back to our design. Now we implement the import function. First, let we have a method to reading the data inside the Excel file. But in here, I want to have a var Excel contents equal to read Excel file. And then right click, quick action and refactoring, and generate method. Okay, we will have a new method to read Excel file. And this one should be returning list of part detail. And then you should put this code. Now let's see what it does. First, we're defining new list for part detail. Later, we will fill this part list from the Excel file value. And in here, we call the Excel workbook this method to open an existing workbook from a file. Parameter in here is the file path where we store the Excel. And you remember, we put under txt import location after we press the browse button in here. And in here, we read the first sheet because we only have one sheet in our Excel file. And what it does in here, we get all the value in Excel file when the row is used. As example in here, this 3 row is used. So we get the data from these 3 rows. The skip one is, we skip the first row because this one is a header, so we don't want to get this value. We only want to get the value after the header. That's why we skip the row number 1. And then we looping for each of rows we get. Rows 1, rows 2. For rows 1, we getting the part position from cell number 1 in here. And then for class, we getting the cell number B or cell 2 in here. We define new part detail object and then we put this value into the list in here, part list. And after that, we return the value as a list part detail to here so we can process the Excel file value. The next thing we will call this function. You remember, this is exactly same like we do when we export. So we get all the object in our model when the type is part, and then we have this code. Let's jump into here. So we looping for each all objects, basically same like we do when export, but in here we are checking if this part having a part position value same with the one we have in our Excel file in here. Example, if this part is containing part position B1. Okay, so this is a B1. And then if yes, then we set the part we got in here with the class from the one we set in the Excel file, which is 3 in here. And then we do modify. So we modify the class of this part. And then the count in here. So later we want to show how many part has been changed. So in here, the start is count 0. So every time we have part that modified, we increase the count in here. So in here, example, now is 0, and then we found a part to be modified. Now the count will be 1, and then we looping again, and then it will be 2, 3, 4, and so on. And the last thing, we are going to show the dialog and calling the count variable in here. So we show how many parts has been changed and showing the part successfully updated from the Excel. And the last thing, we call this to commit the change to the Tekla model. Now I believe it should be already complete. So let's see. I started. First, I want to modify the Excel file to be 8 and 9. Column using a class name, beam using a class 8. I save. And I need to close it so Tekla can read it. 8 4 1, yeah. Close it. And then I open my Tekla, browse, desktop, this one, and then I press import. As you can see, I can see 23 parts successfully updated from the Excel. And then we press OK. Okay, good. Now we should see the beam having a class 8 and the column having a class 9. Alright, as you can see, this is just a basic example. You can extend this idea by exporting and modifying other values as well. For example, the profile, length, or any other information inside your Tekla model. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in creating your own custom Tekla Open API application, feel free to contact me by email. See you in the next video and goodbye.